G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So for today's video we've got a bit of a up and down one today. We've got the EZA details for the INT MERGED Zamasu. As expected, he was featured on the banner, so we did sort of know that this EZA was going to be coming, but we also expected the EZA for the INT Vegeta and Trunks. Unfortunately, we didn't get that, so that is pretty disappointing if I'm being honest. Hopefully they do EZA during the celebration. But yeah, for the time being, we've got INT MERGED Zamasu, and the positive is he looks to be really, really insane. So we'll jump into his details now and run through what he can do. So for his leader skill now, we've got the 4 key and 170% to stats for Worldwide Chaos and Patara. To be honest, not a bad little leader skill. I think of this for things like Ultimate Clash, and you can definitely make use of a leader skill like that. We already know the links. The big one that we've got is Big Bad Bosses, but Dismal Future, Godly Power, Fuse Fighter, Nightmare, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. Obviously, that means that he is going to link really, really well with the new Tag, Rose, and Zamasu. So clearly, these two are going to be an amazing 1-2 punch, and you'll see that from the passive here. So for his entrance animation, you just require one Patara category ally on the team. Honestly, I don't see that as a big issue at all. When you're going to be maximizing this MERGED Zamasu, you're going to be running with other Zamasu units. So I think you're not regularly, you're pretty much always going to have that one active. So that's really good. And when you get that, you get an additional key per key sphere obtained, and you'll see why that's important later. But he also changes tech key spheres to rainbow key spheres for 5 turns. Pretty insane ability. Like Rainbow Orb changing, as we know, is so impactful to a lot of these teams. But for units like this guy that needs to get to 24 key, it's even better. So you get that for 5 turns. Then for his start of turn, you get the extra key per key sphere obtained. So that's 4 per INT key spheres, which is going to make it super, super easy with this guy. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, INT and tech excluded to INT. So that's where we're a double orb changer. So for the first 5 turns, we're going to be double orb changing, which is so powerful. We've then got 200% attack and defense and 30% damage reduction. So that is up from 20% that we did have previously for him. So then when attacking with 12 or more key, we get 50% attack and defense and launch a guaranteed additional super. No great chance, no high chance, nothing. Guaranteed additional super, and we love that because this guy's super attack effects are really good. When attacking with 18 or more key, we get an additional 50% attack and defense. Attacks are effective against all types, and we get another additional super. So that means we can potentially quad super in our first turn if you've got the hidden potential to proc there. And then when attacking with 24 key, you get an additional 100% attack and defense and perform a guaranteed crit. So that's what I was talking about beforehand when I was saying that the extra key is really, really helpful there, because it's pretty much just going to make it like almost impossible to not hit the 24 key marker in those first 5 turns. So you're always just going to be firing off crit after crit with this guy. Means that there's literally no need to have any crit in his hidden potential build. So maybe if you've got here like copies of him, you may not have put the hidden potential into him. Definitely avoid crit if you can. So that'll work really, really well there. You can fire up a lot of dodge for this guy, so that'll be really effective. For every attack received or evaded, and that's what I was talking about with the dodge there. So if you are getting those dodges, that is going to build him up, because you do get 10% damage reduction within the turn, up to 30%. So that can cap you out at that 60% damage reduction, and you also get 1 key up to 5. So again, just helping to build towards that 24 key marker. Every time the character receives 3 or more attacks in battle, or every time you get 3 or more dodges, you get 10% HP recovered at the end of turn. So that's up to once per turn. But essentially, it's like having a boo unit on the team. You're just going to get 10% HP at the end of each turn if you're getting 3 attacks. and then you've got the unarmed super. So I'm not sure how regular this is going to be, but you have a 70% chance of nullifying and countering it. 70% obviously really reliable, and if you are able to collect 10 or more keys fizz, you get the 100% chance to nullify and counter with tremendous power. So potentially that is an ability that you utilize specifically, and what I mean by that is if you know you are going up against an enemy that does unarmed supers that can hit really hard, maybe you definitely want to bring this guy, utilize the double orb changing, and throw him in slot 1. Or if you have a scouter, I guess probably not slot 1. He's going to get a lot of his defense on super attacks. So yeah, ignore that. Even with the damage reduction, he's not going to be a slot 1 unit. But I'm imagining this guy in slot 2 next to the STR Rose and Zamasu. It's going to be a crazy combo, but it's crazy because of these super attack effects. So for our 12 key super here, we get a 50% defensive raise and a 100% defensive raise. Sorry, I think I said 50% defense, 50% attack, and 100% defense. When you consider that this guy can do 3 12 key supers on top of his 18 key, which massively raises attacks 100% and greatly raises defense for 50%, greatly lowers attack. Like, I imagine that these numbers, if you get the godly 18 key and then 3 12 key super turn, like I feel like he's going to be putting up some insane defensive stats, not to mention that his attack's also going to be really high, guaranteed crits, and once you get those 3 hits or dodges in, he's going to have 60% damage reduction. So I think he's going to be a massive addition to this Super Bosses team. It's already shaping up as one of the best teams, but what is just as important is, we can't really see it here, but you got the really high HP stat. When you're running a lot of the clone units, we can sort of fall victim to, because they're free to play, sitting around like that 600, 650 HP stat, 1000 HP stat, which is definitely on the lower end of the spectrum when you think about the units like the STR Blues or the Tech Vegeta that can get you up around 900 to a million HP. This is definitely going to really help with that buffer there. So I'm excited to rock this guy. I think he's going to be really busted. He never really got a shot, like a chance to shine when he first came out, and then we got the Tech MERGED Zamasu, who had the same name, which killed off any type of revive that he was going to have. So really excited to use this guy. Let me know your thoughts on him down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content, and hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.